And we're here.
Well, some of us.
Some of us
are here.
And
some
I'm
of
sure
us are not.
A bunch of you weren't ready to see this face tonight. What is going on? People. Harrick and BX here sitting in for the one and only Eric B. He should be joining us tonight, but running a little late. Eric, I'm sorry to say, but corporate's telling me you got to get docked for that being late. And it's in 15-minute increments. So get your button on the show. Just joking, of course, but I'm not. So hurry up.
We not. So
Eric and BX filling in. You know how it goes. This is the show, guys, that is transforming your Tuesday nights. Welcome to a brand new episode of Do You Even Transform, bro? Do you? I think some of us do, some of us don't. Chat squad, what up? Getting us warmed up tonight. Please join us. Join in on the commentary. We always love and appreciate that. Let's go around the yard and say what's up to our fellow co-host tonight. Derek B, what's happening, brother?
What's up, everybody? It is a fabulous transforming Tuesday today. I'm all dressed up and ready to talk. And it's gonna be an interesting night tonight. And I think the topic speaks for itself. And I'm just looking forward to getting into this discussion because it's a well needed discussion. Because I personally want to find out how dedicated everyone is to said topic.
Yeah.
I want to see how many Autobots we really have, floating around in our community,
I've already seen some of the rumblings.
Particular people that always got to have a prime. And they have displays that always, it's just full of primes. It's like no other Transformer exists. And tonight we're going to discuss that. So let me stop waving my hand.
And taking all the fun out of the topic. Relax. You're way ahead of the curve here.
Not way ahead.
I mean, the title of the show is It's Prime Time. So I think people might have an idea and might have seen the thumbnail, and I think everybody has an opinion when it comes to Optimus Prime. You know what I'm saying? There's no shortage of controversy. And, and I think you touched on it, Derek. I've seen some of the rumblings online, and it seems like, I don't know, this topic could be interesting. I think people got a lot of differences of opinion, which always makes things more interesting. All right, heading down to Rusty. What's up, dude? How you doing tonight?
What's up, everybody? I'm the Rusty Mechanic. Just chilling out. Happy to be here with you guys. Looking forward to the topic. Flex 2 nights in a row. The fluff X. We'll go with 2 flexes. Flex. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's our sound effect for the night.
Oh, Jedi. So 20 seconds, bro. 20 seconds. All right. I was trying to be on the clock.
Eric, I'm surprised Eric didn't just magically appear and be like, "You guys are late," and then bounce out.
Nice. As you can see, Scott Rod is not with us tonight. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, guys. So please slide up in his DMs and give him your well wishes and positivity and healing energy, please. Scott, wish you were here because again, the discussion should be a good one. Hope you feel better, and he'll be back on the next episode. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So much love, Scotty. Much love. All right. With that out of the way, let's go back around and let's just find out how everybody's doing. How was your weekend? How was your week? So, Derek, I'll start with you again, bro. How are you doing?
Oh, hey. it's been a cool week. Just had Awesome Con over the weekend, and if you watched ETR last night, you'll see how my weekend went. And dude, I was really, really trying to activate my Hurricane B uh flex with the selfies over the weekend, and I just got caught up with everything, and with me and the way I talk. You literally seen it, Jose, and you've seen it too, Rusty. When I get to talking, I'm not taking pictures at the same time, so it's just like when I run into people and say hi, I don't take enough pictures. And I did it on the way in. I literally went in, going down the escalator, and I was like, okay, activate Jose mode. And then I took the first picture of me, Ricky, and Sean. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna just keep rolling with it. And then I get to talking to, yo, what's going on, man? Ain't talked to you in a while. And oh man, I got this over there. And I noticed at the event as well, they switched the room around. So at the convention center, when you actually go downstairs into the convention center, usually the celebrities for autographs and photos are on the right side of the room, and this time they were on the left. So it was like everything was flipped over. So the vending and everything wasn't on the left side anymore. They were on the right side. They separated the artist alley against. They actually did something pretty cool, which I found interesting. They had the usual artist alley, but the artist alley was usually blended in with people that like make crafts and all of that type stuff.
Yeah.
They had a separate section for people that are selling crafts, so that was actually pretty cool. So
Okay,
you
cool.
can actually go straight to that section and visit your favorite craftsman that makes stuff, and that you buy from them and all of that. It was absolutely amazing. So it was actually the traffic was a lot better this year too. Yeah, so it was really, really, really a cool event. We only went Saturday. Wasn't really feeling going Sunday and everything, and then because I was originally going to be weekend pass, but at the last minute, and I don't know why I didn't pay attention to this, but during the final week of going into Awesome Con, they raised the rates for the tickets. So that's just to make money off of last minute people like myself. And I usually get them in advance, so we do the whole weekend. But we were really going back and forth if we were going to go, but we made it, and we said, oh man, this rate went up, so let's just do Saturday, and we'll just go Saturday. So all three of us agreed, we just do Saturday. Got 3 tickets. Go Saturday. We had an amazing time. I got to meet my the lovely,
the love of his life, the second love of his life.
Yeah, second.
Sean, the second love of his life, I'm sure.
Yeah, Liv Tyler, man, yo, that was bucket list for me. We got to meet Ming Na Wen for the first time. I always wanted to take pictures with her, but we never got a chance to. But we got that in. Sean wanted to do Orlando Bloom. Let me say that again. Sean wanted to take a picture with Orlando Bloom, not do Orlando Bloom. She wanted to take the picture with Orlando Bloom because he's one of her favorite actors. So we did that. But yeah, Liv Tyler, man, was it for me, man. I ain't had to do nothing else that day. After I took that picture, I was ready to go home.
If you did nothing else after that, you were good.
I was good, man. I was good. And and like I told the story last night, we went in to take our picture. I was like, hey Liv, how you doing? You mind if I give you a hug? And she was like, sure. And as soon as she said that, I gave her the hug, and she was like, oh, that hug. It's like, it wasn't a creepy hug. It was just, she thought that it was the hug that we did in the photo with, her hugging us, to take the photo. But it was a direct hug. So, but, she wasn't weirded out or anything about it. Thank God. Because, she's like, no, it's cool.
Security.
I was like, yeah, right.
Escorted out. No, but hey, you had your moment. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, right?
Moment, man, and I'm good.
We're talking about the actor from Armageddon, right? Played Bruce Willis's daughter. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Betty Ross now in
And
these Marvel movies.
she's
And
Betty Ross now.
Oh,
And,
that's right. I keep forgetting that she's in there as Betty Ross. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because she was in Brave New World just recently.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're going to bring her back as Betty, on a permanent basis with the new run now. And let's not forget that she was also Arwen in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So
and she was amazing in that movie.
Oh,
too.
that's right. Yes.
with the con itself, like, did you see like any Transformer stuff, any third party stuff, like, what I'm saying, while walking the show floor?
Not necessarily third party stuff. I mean, there's always vendors that have their stuff to sell. Like, it was literally a NJC. It was like NJCC, but like in mass. You know what I mean? So it was like everybody's selling stuff. Like they'll have their stuff that there was pre-purchased, and they're selling. Some of it is even new that they're trying to sell. But it's basically a lot of they do a lot
More
of
retail.
mainline stuff.
Mainline
Pokemon was it in this event too. So because Pokemon has its waves every now and then, and but this year they're on that high wave again. So yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I mean, not necessarily a Pokemon fan or a junkie, but I mean, I know what Pokemon is, and my oldest son, when he was a kid, he was heavily into it. Had the cards, and we would make folders of the cards. I don't know what he did with I hope he still
Hope he
got
didn't
them,
toss them. A lot of those, I think, older ones from the 90s. Dude, when I used to work in a hobby shop when I was a teenager, like in the mid to late 90s, like that shit was big. And those Pokemon cards were worth money. Like we were selling that shit more than our comic books and collectibles. Like that was actually getting us through some months. Like even I remember the Spice Girls was like a huge thing back then, and selling those Spice Girl cards and all this shit. That shit got us through like some rough months.
I forgot about the Spice Girls.
It was big, and Pokemon is still big. Like I was coming home from the gym the other day. There's like a GameStop, like not too far. Motherfuckers were standing online, and I was gonna ask like what's coming out, and I just like looked at the window, and it said like something about a Pokemon release, and I'm like, these dudes are lined up now for a fucking video game. Like they open at 10 o'clock, and it was like 6:30 in the morning. I was like, oh, okay. I remember doing that shit for like GTA fucking 4 back in the day, GTA 3, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, but I'm like, Pokemon, I guess that's still like a thing, so so more mainline stuff. I figured it's just sometimes I wonder at these shows like what kind of a presence like third party Transformers has. And sometimes people bring from their own collections, but sometimes I love when I see more of a third party presence like at these type of shows.
It's a lot of mom and pop shops there. There aren't any major retailers out there like Hasbro or your BBTS's and all those type stores. They're basically, it's a lot of local vendors, a lot of local comic book shops that are in the DMV area. They come out there to bring comics out there to sell and all that, because it's not a particular theme, it's for everything. So you bring what you think is gonna do well at the show. So
nice.
That was pretty much it.
Sweet. Cool. Thanks, dude. Thank you. Rusty, man, how is your weekend, man?
My weekend, I had an absolute blast this weekend. Actually, before I get into it, I was sitting here listening to Derek talk, and I was going, the energy is off. There's something missing, and I thought it had to do with Eric and Scott, but I just realized we're not playing our background music.
Oh,
yeah.
The smooth jazz is not playing in the background there. Can you hook us up there, Eric and BX? Can you?
I probably can. Let me see.
In the side assets while you're figuring that out.
Making me work.
That's why you're here, man.
It's okay.
No, you know what? I had an awesome time this weekend. For any of you that missed it, I did the draw this month. I did the draw for the raffle last month, right? In support of Kennedy's Village. I was giving away MPG 9 Super Jinrai, and had a few people kicking around in the chat with me there. There was 512 entries, which is well beyond what I had asked for, which was 400. Some of those were left over from February. They were carryovers from last month because people didn't take figures, so they got free entries into this month. Total, it was 467 actual entries that was in, so $233.50 went to Kennedy's Village. So thank you very much to everybody out there who was in the raffle supporting Kennedy's Village, all that stuff. So we're doing some work there, which again is well beyond what I thought. Go ahead. God, are you gonna jab me? Are you gonna jab me for the
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
gonna
miss?
jab you because of what you did. Look, if y'all watch the stream, I watched the replay.
Yeah.
You know, because I forgot that it was that day, and I planned on watching it live. So glad I didn't, because he did something towards the end, man. I thought it was, I was like, stop saying people's names so they won't get selected on the wheel.
I know.
And it was like as soon as he mentioned somebody's name, like when it was okay, I'll just do me. When I was on the wheel and he was like, okay, we got so and so people, and I said, oh, and then he goes, oh, and you know, oh, Derek's got one spot left, so let's see how he does, and then spin and lands on me. I was like, Rusty, keep your name out. Keep my name out your mouth.
He's not joking. There was 3 times in a row.
He did it 3 other times too.
I said some other guy's name twice.
Yeah.
Jonathan Dicteric had 170 entries in the raffle, and I was like, Jonathan's still in there with his, and boom, as soon as I said his name, he was out. Right, I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, Jonathan's still got one more entry. Next spin, boom, Jonathan's out again." I was like, "Okay, I guess I should stop saying his name." And then the third time, I was like, "Oh, okay, Derek's still in there, guys. So you know, it's looking like Derek might boom, Derek's out." I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now? Like, what is?" Anyway, I was having an absolute blast with it. The people that were hanging out,
y'all had to see it though. It was
it was funny. It was funny. Yeah. Anyway, and the people that were in the chat were having an absolute blast with me too. There was one guy, oddly enough. One guy was really active in the chat. He was going by the name Augie, AUGY, in the chat. And in the end, so my local dog trainer, his name is John, and he's got a company called Better Dog, and he actually donated when he realized what I was doing. He's not a Transformers fan at all, but he won last month, and he won this month. And so I reached out to John, and so the second place guy, his name was Augustine Gabriel. And so I reached out to John and I said, "Look, John, like, do you even want this thing?" He's like, "No, man, give it to the second place guy." So that it turned out that Augie, who was hanging out in the chat with me through the whole stream from start to finish, he was the second place guy. So I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, man, like, John doesn't want it, you win." And he was like, "Oh my God!" So congratulations to Augustine Gabriel for winning the MPG 17 again. Thanks again, John, for the donation and being gracious in just giving the donation, not being a Transformers fan, passing it on, you know, paying it forward, if you will. Yeah. So congratulations to him on that. He was super excited about it when I emailed him, and so this whole thing with the raffle, again, I'm super appreciative to everybody. It's been super successful. You know, we're gonna keep it going. April's rolling. The post is up on my Facebook page. You want to go check it out. It's going to be Magic Square, Night Tracer, and SS86 Optimus Prime. I picked up another copy from a buddy of mine here locally, so I got both of those up for grabs for April. So go check out the details if you want to get in there, help support Kennedy's Village. It was that was an absolute blast. What else have I been doing? Daredevil. Is everybody caught up on Daredevil? Man, that show has got so good. I love it.
Yeah. I know an episode drops tonight.
Yeah, every Tuesday. Yeah, right after this, we can go watch. Everybody can go watch another episode of Daredevil right after this. So
I usually watch it with my son. I mean, he's at work right now, and then if he gets home late, then we're just gonna watch it during the day tomorrow. So.
Yeah, right on. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I gotta catch up, but I'm usually like, I like to kind of like, I like the Netflix model where you get all the shows and you can just watch them at your leisure. You know what I'm saying? So I usually like to blow through. So I'm gonna wait on that one to kind of, so I don't have to wait, so I could just kind of go through, even though I have seen clips here and there, and I'm hearing a lot of people saying like this is like the fucking best Marvel TV show like ever, you know what I'm saying? Like I did see that scene between like Castle and Matt, like, you know what I'm saying, when they were just going back and forth. I think it was like episode 4 or something. I was like, yo, that is some fucking power.
Well, I think one of the really nice aspects about it that I think people are enjoying is that they're bringing a lot of characters in, either from the past or introduce like new villains from Daredevil's line of comics and stuff, right? So we're seeing a variety of villains, right, or characters come in and out of the show. So that's been really interesting too, that they're kind of using the opportunity to expand more characters in the MCU, right, for God knows what, right? I mean, we know we got Doomsday coming, who knows, right? Anyway, the show's been super interesting, so I've been keeping tabs on that. Call of Duty every now and again, as normal, with this man up there in the corner there, and been playing Wreckfest 2, which is out an early release on stream, which is a crash up derby racing game that's getting me super addicted, and they keep releasing updates for it and making improvements and stuff. So Wreckfest 1 was great, and this one seems like it's even better. So if you haven't tried out Wreckfest 2 yet and you're into racing games, go check this thing out. It's absolutely hilarious. Nice. And that's how I've been wasting my time, other than work, which has been driving me bananas. If all of you people could leave me the fuck alone, I'd be a lot happier. But I'm glad I'm here this evening. Over to you, Herrick and BX. How was your week, buddy?
Thank you, man. My week was it went extremely well. I just actually came back from Puerto Rico, spent the weekend there with my sister and my cousin. Kind of like an impromptu trip, which is kind of like I'm feeling like it's gonna be my new theme moving forward. I think I'm gonna wanna spend a little weekend here, spend a little weekend there, travel the country. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of Realm family that maybe I'll reach out, and if they're willing to put me up for a weekend or something, just come through and hang out. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with some life changes and stuff, but been kind of adjusting and moving along. Puerto Rico was freaking excellent. I hadn't been there in my adult life. Last time I was there, I was about 4 years old, from what my mom said. I thought I was 8, but apparently I was like 4. I thought it was older because I have like a lot of vivid memories of like the island, like my grandmother's house, like just sort of like the way the grass like smelled, with the water on the leaves and stuff, the beach. I remember getting sunburned as a kid, being like at a water park all day. They didn't put any suntan lotion on me. I was like in so much pain. But it was so awesome, man. And especially to go with my sister and my cousin, and we just hung out and had a good time. It was just got to enjoy the culture and the local food and drinking it up. And I mean, it was a really, really good time. I can't wait to go back. What made it especially sweeter was just like a couple of weekends before that, we had all met up in DC, me, my sister, and my other sister. So my cousin sort of kind of replaced my other sister on this trip, but just kind of like being able to kind of spend a couple of weekends almost in a row with them. It was amazing. We already planned for a weekend in DC in the first weekend in May, you know what I'm saying? And that's already booked and whatnot. So now that's happening. So like I said, that's what I mean. I think I want to make that a theme moving forward. Just, spending time with my family. I want to spend time with the Realm fam, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of, we got BotCon coming up. We got all these little like different events coming up. And I just kind of want to, maybe go back to Florida. I didn't get to see Ricky the last time I was down there. I want to go see him, see the other people down there. I want to try to hit Cali, see Esteban, see Kale, see some of the other rock fam that's out there, It's been a while since I've been on the West Coast. Arizona's kind of close, but I want to, hit up California, Los Angeles.
Yeah, because you got to sign the Realm. You got to sign the Realm circle.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to make that a little bucket list thing, plan it, you know what I'm saying? And maybe every other month or so, try to hit up a spot for a weekend and see what's up and chill out. So
listen, if you're okay with 6 inches of snow on the ground at the beginning of April, you can come up and hang up here with me, because that's what we got last night. Can you imagine that? We had 6 inches of snow last night.
That's crazy,
bro. It's April.
Jesus. I know, bro. We're getting like fucked up weather here. Like, I'm like, yo, spring, fight back. Fight back. Right? It's fucking 80, then it's 40, fucking rain.
Yeah, we're getting the same weird temperatures too. Like one day it's super hot, the next day it's like I'm wearing a hat and gloves again, walking the dog. Like, I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah. It's like you don't know how to dress like out here
today.
You know, when I left for PR on Friday, the weather, it was nice. It was almost hot. Like I borrowed a jacket, light jacket with me, because it was fine. It was just a little rainy. When I freaking got back yesterday morning, it was freaking cold. So what, commuting back home, I was like trying to fucking power walk my ass home because I was freezing. It's terrible, man. I need some more consistency with our weather. Like that's why I love the summertime. Because it gets humid, but I'll deal with that shit all day just so I'm not cold. And that's why I love visiting Arizona, a couple of times a year in the past few years also, because the heat is amazing. It's 100 degrees is no joke, but it's that dry heat. It's tolerable.
Dry, yeah.
It's tolerable compared to this fucking snow that you're talking about. I would hate to fucking have to deal with that shit on a normal basis like you do.
Terrible. Anyway.
So, I mean, I got to renew my passport, though. I did let it expire, but Rusty, I will be taking you up on that offer. And once my passport is expired, I will come to visit.
All right.
I promise.
That's assuming we're not at war in the next 6 months. But let's not talk about that.
And before you go, just practice saying a lot.
Yeah, right. You gonna tell the realm about your little mistake there while you were down in Puerto Rico? Your little butt dial, your little surprise.
That was interesting. Yeah, so I was up. I was kind of like chilling by the pool.
By the way.
These guys were in the chat. We were going back and forth. I think we're probably like discussing the show, right? Like just kind of doing some planning and stuff like that. So I remember just kind of typing in a message, and I put like the phone in my pocket, and then all I'm like hearing is like, I think like you guys, like I'm hearing your voices, and I look, and I was like, oh, like I try to bounce out real quick, and I hear Derek. He's like, oh, hold on, let me see if Jose is gonna pop it real quick.
We were looking at sky because you had put the phone down, and we were just looking at the clouds, and I was going, you butt dialed us.
I was like, wait a minute, and once I heard your voices, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, did you guys start this call? Did I? They were like, you did.
This is on you, man.
I was like, my bad, but it was cool. The fellas like just hopped in, and you know what? Shout out to y'all that even though it was a butt dial and this wasn't planned or nothing, y'all fucking rolled in there quick. It was like assembling the fucking Avengers, bro. That shit was amazing. I just fucking jumped in without like hesitation. And then and it was cool. We just got to talk for a few minutes. I got to show them kind of like my view or whatever. And,
What's the theory, Derek? Give us your theory, because I got one too.
Was it really a butt?
Exactly. That guy was. If there was a flex that happened, it was that butt dial. Look at where I am. Oh, sorry,
I think
guys.
he was practicing his flex mode, getting back in. He was just like, let me flex on these dudes real quick. Look where I'm at. Yeah. Oh man, did I call y'all? Okay, don't worry about that. But look at this beach, shorty. Yeah, look at this beach. Man,
I blame you for the 6 inches of snow that's outside my front door right now.
Wish I was here, but hey.
Oh man.
I'll see y'all when we get back. I'll try to bring y'all some sand back. Yeah. Did you bring some sand back? I hope not. No.
I had to keep my packing light, no carry on, just a personal item, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Apparently that's the way you could travel the world cheap, you know what I'm saying? Like just pack a book bag and get the fuck out,
Supposed to do.
It's amazing, man. That's the shit. I already ordered one of those book bags now that have like the vacuum packs, so supposedly you can pack a bunch of shit in it, and then you use the vacuum sealer to be like, you know what I'm saying? And it sucks it all down, and then you could like put more shit than you would be able to bring, like in just like a personal item, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna use that and travel the world, bro.
Hey, Wolfie has got an interesting question in the comment there. If you want to bring it up, Jose.
Ooh, let's see. So speaking of Transformers, who's backing that Kickstarter? So is this the Kickstarter from Skybound that they're going to be putting the original Marvel 80s book, the 80 issue run, and the Marvel UK in these like huge like compendiums, right?
Yeah, it's like 4 compendiums or something, or volumes or whatever they want to call them. Yeah.
So I breezed through that real quick. It looked like they were giving you a couple of options as far as the format, like either like 2 or 3 big books or like a series, like a volumes of them, I guess, that it might be a little bit smaller. That shit is interesting, dude. Like I think it's already, when I like looked at it and clicked the link, it's already surpassed what they needed for it to be funded. So it looks good, man. Like it looks really, really good. I think those compendiums, especially when they're hardcover, it's a very nice format to read those books in, man. Like I love the Ultimate collection, that like the Invincible books, the Walking Dead. They're starting to do them with Savage Dragon, where you kind of get 12 issues at a time in this nice premium hardcover oversized format. I think that's amazing. Those books, are going to be of high quality. I pre-ordered that already. First Transformers volume for, I think it's going to have the first 12 issues, the hardcover. I think that drops in May. I would say if you're a fan of those books, which those comics have been pretty excellent, and I mean it's the original stuff, but I don't think you could beat that format. That hardcover format to me is like, it's money. It's premium.
Yeah. I think I really love what they did with G.I. Joe when they did it for that. Man, it was amazing. I wish I had went in on the G.I. Joe one, because the covers and everything. I'm a big cover fan when it comes to books, comics, or whatever. But yeah, that whole set looked amazing, and I can only imagine how the Transformers one, when they reach the final versions of the product, is going to look. I'm expecting it to be equally amazing too, because it's Transformers. So,
that's dope.
We'll see.
Yeah. 07, what up, bro? My man doing this thing in the gym. Keep it up. I see you. See you. So yeah, that's dope. Are you guys in? Like, I didn't. Do you guys remember like what the price was or anything? I forgot to like what they were charging.
I was literally getting ready to pull it up because it was like,
I
didn't know it funded that fast though. But
2 minutes is dope, man. 2 minutes is dope. Congrats on them for that.
Indeed. 3,587 backers, and they got 28 days to go. Nice. Let me
now I know it's definitely gonna probably definitely over $100 or whatever. I mean, I'm assuming probably 200 or whatever, the size of those things, and then how much material you're getting. I mean, 80 issues in the US series. Didn't the UK have hundreds of issues? There might have been maybe smaller stories, but still, it's got a lot of content.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know the UK ones did have more than the US run.
Yeah, because they were putting out the books weekly. They were trying to fill in like the gaps of like the US stories. I remember initially, and they were putting out stories every week. So.
Right.
And a lot of those stories were good. Like, I know the artwork was probably not some of the best, even though some of those UK artists did come over and work on the US book on some issues and stuff like that. But the stories, like some of those stories that they were telling, were just really, really good.
Yeah. I got it shared.
There we go.
This is it. 3,588 backers. It's still going up.
$1.5 million.
Yeah.
That's
and
money.
Here is the next. Okay, so we got 6 stretch goals unlocked.
Yeah, so those are the different volumes, the different ways they could bring them, the different formats that you could choose from, which I think giving you that choice also is fucking amazing. So it's already funded, so this is coming. I would say, guys, like, if you want, still go in on this. You get like Kickstarter exclusives. I'm pretty sure that now that this is funded, it's so successful, maybe at some point in the future you will get like a regular retail release. But when you jump in on the Kickstarter stuff, you get like a lot of exclusives. So I think if it's worth it to you, I mean, these stories are classic, and I think the format is a format that really can't be topped. So
wow. Okay, so in the first one they have issues 1 through 46, and then Headmasters 1 through 4, which was that 4-issue limited series, and then you go from 47 to 80, which is the final run of the Marvel run, and then it goes into the G2. And then you got the movie and G2. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So I mean, it's pretty cool stuff, man. I think that's cool that they're offering that. I want to definitely check out that site to see like what else is gonna be offered there. But I think that's pretty cool for Skybound to do that. So, all right. Before we move forward, guys, I think our guy. It's 8:30, so that's 2 15-minute increments of dockage. So sorry, dude, but at least he's here now. The one and only Eric B.
What's up, party people? How y'all feeling tonight?
Hey.
Good, buddy.
Hey, feeling better now.
Hey man, thanks for holding it down for
Yeah,
me. Sorry
man.
I'm late, folks, but you know,
No
the
doubt.
kids
Here
come
you
was-
go.
first.
I'm putting you back in
I
your
was
seat.
about
Oh, man, I
look.
appreciate it.
Real talk. I was about to have Jose. I'm like, I was gonna type in the chat. Hey yo, Jose, do me a favor. Go put a tank top on real quick. And you know, we'll just do it.
Dude, I don't got any.
We'll just do the three of
Gotta
us tonight.
surprise
So
you and shock you. I don't have any. I need to get some because I need to
Yo.
get these shoulders.
yeah,
shown,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
You in tank
Gotta
top
join the
mode
squad.
now, man. So yeah,
Yep.
you deserve it.
Gotta
Yeah,
join the
go-
squad, man. You're already on
go
the
get
flex
them tank
squad,
tops
man. You
in.
just gotta join the tank top squad, bro.
Yeah.
What I'd be doing? I'd be this is like the workaround, you know, just be
Yeah.
rolling
Old
up
school,
my sleeves.
yeah.
Hey, there you
There we
go.
The
go. there we
makeshift
go.
cutoff.
There you go. There you
feeling
go.
I'm feeling
That's what's up, man.
insecure. I'm feeling insecure.
Oh, don't. It's
Indeed.
okay. We all can't be special.
I'm,
All right.
All right. So
I'm
Eric, I
good.
mean, we were just kind of wrapping up like our weeks and the intros and stuff like that. We hadn't really jumped into the meat and potatoes. So how you doing? What's going on? How was your week?
Oh man, doing good. Coming off of a phenomenal weekend. My daughters were playing in their first women's and all girls national chess tournament in Chicago. So
Nice.
just kind of getting back from that. Wasn't feeling the greatest yesterday, so had to call off work from that. But it's all good. Got back to work today. My kids did pretty darn good. They didn't win as much as we would have liked, but they learned a lot of lessons, which is good, especially when you're dealing with chess and playing in a smaller group of people. The competition is always tighter. So they learned a lot of lessons. We got a chance to have them spend a little more time with their coach than they would have because it was only a 4-member team down there this time. So it was pretty cool. Got a chance to do that. Got to hang out with another one of the kids' parents, which is always good, just kind of connecting on levels that you can connect on and kicking it. And she's from Chicago, so we just got to laughing about the difference between Chicago and Detroit. They like cousin cities is what we call them here, about them only being about 4 hours away. But did that, came back here, worked today, got to my daughter's middle school orientation because she'll be going to middle school next year, so had to do that, which is what took me away from joining you guys tonight. But I am here, I'm ready to party, and I hope I didn't mess up the flow.
Nah, man, no.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, dude.
Mhm.
I was actually hoping, I was like, maybe he's gonna be like a half an hour. I was like, let me see if I could get these intros and these what's ups, and kill a little time before we get into the meeting. I definitely wanted you to, join the discussion and stuff like that. I mean, I'm so feel bad for Scott because I definitely would have loved to, hear his opinion on tonight's topic as well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So now, dude, perfect timing. And I guess it's time to see if anybody transformed this week. So
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir. Well,
Eric, I'll
look
start
at
with
him.
bro.
You got it, man. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I will start with myself. Look at that. Let's switch the camera. There we go. All right. Well, I got one good thing that I've been waiting on for a little while. This is a part of a set. I think many people have gotten this already or enjoying this already. So it's weird to go first, by the way, but yay! I did get Night Tracer, and
Nice.
this thing is freaking awesome. I got a chance to take it down to Chicago with me, got a chance to mess with it for extended periods of time. They did a lot of clever stuff with this thing. And I know it's light, and some people have complained about that, but I'm okay with it, especially for what it's going to do. But I've been longing for a long time for us to get a very cartoon accurate onslaught. And for a long time, that was from Zeta, because no other company I felt did it right. If you wanted a tune accurate one, but they nailed this thing. They knocked it out of the park. I mean, it's amazing. It's phenomenal. It fits in well with the other two, which it should. Doesn't take away from any of the aesthetics. It fits in. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, man. It fits in great with your with all your current MPs. So if you want something more stylized, this fits in with that. If you want something more tuned, it even fits in with that. I mean, they hit all the nails and the cues on this one, man. I'm very happy for what I got here, which is not. I haven't been happy with Transformers in quite a while. So this is exciting and reinvigorating. But that's it for me.
Nice. So Magic Square, so they've done that Prime, right? And now this one. So you bought the Prime, right? You had gotten the Optimus.
I did.
So
Yep,
so
I got
what are you
the
thinking?
second version.
So are you liking like their quality? Like, because they're known as, you know, the little Legends company or whatever. Now they're doing these MP style figures. So do you think they're kind of doing a good job with them, like overall? Kind of.
I think overall, if you look at them as a company who is just getting into the MP game, they're killing it. If you look at them as a company that's been around for a while, they got some work to do, right? Like you can tell they're still trying to figure it out in terms of what joints to use, what joints not to use. I think their prime was very spot on, especially the second version. All of those joints were very smooth. They moved in a way that made you feel like you weren't going to break a joint. And some of the tightness here and for instance, like the leg joint, let's look at that just alone. Trying to get that leg up is cool now, but it took a while to kind of get that loose, and you will scrape it up against, like, that inner thigh scrapes up against certain pieces. So they still got some stuff to figure out, but I think overall I'm happy. I enjoy it, and I couldn't have asked for a better onslaught. I mean, I guess we have to wait to see what Keith and Fans Toys does, but I don't think they'll make me change it out. It's really good.
It looks good too. I mean, it looks really, really like you know, it looks like everybody's doing that Toon style, and it looks just clean and simple, and it doesn't look like that difficult, which is kind of like my thing. I hate when like MP style figures are like kind of like over engineered and over complicated. I know there's people that might like that, but when you're paying a lot of money and you might twist something the wrong way and snap,
break
like,
it.
Damn, you know. So,
yeah, it's definitely not over complicated. I think the transformation, while it does take a minute to kind of sort out because their instructions are terrible, if you watch someone who's already done it on video, I think you'll enjoy it.
Then you'll be good. All right, cool,
clever stuff.
Awesome. That was it for you this week?
That's it, bro. Keeping it light, baby.
All right, that's it. All right, Derek, I'll put you in next. Boom.
Oh man.
Well, one thing he did transform was that haircut. Congratulations, sir. Good job.
Oh wow.
Guy shows up 5 minutes later. He's already throwing the jabs. Okay, what?
Yeah, man, I got my bro back, man. You know what I mean?
Get this guy out of here.
That boy got to go in the office. There's no more fro.
Yeah, man. Yep, I sure do. And you know, and I tell you what, I feel a whole lot better. You know, it's good to let your head breathe, as y'all know, and you know, it's just like I feel like I'm back to my normal self. But the one thing that I was kind of wishing, because if you didn't show up today, that means you wouldn't be tempted to hit no buttons. When it comes to me,
I was gonna say, get ready to hit a button. He's lagging. He's dragging this out.
So I'm gonna start out. You know what? I'm just going to it because it's Transformers. It's Transformers.
All right, as long as it's Transformers.
Transformers adjacent.
You can only see one hand. You know why?
I did see the tongue lashing you got on that other episode. trying to give us that.
So I showed them off yesterday. I was at Awesome Con, as y'all know, over the weekend. So the YOLO Park booth, and had my man Moore. His name's Moore, and he's one of the reps for YOLO Park. And he, you know, we was talking for a bit, man. And I was like, you know what? I'm looking at these daggone Transformers one figures. I got to go in on them. So I got the Optimus.
Okay.
All right. I got the Optimus. I also got.
Wait. You can't breeze through that. Go back. How's the articulation on that jaw?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing. I mean,
dude, that's money, bro.
I can't wait until the AMK Pro version comes out of this.
Oh, that's not
the
it?
AMK one. No, this is the AMK one.
Really? So these are like the regular ones that are a little bit like the $30
little smaller,
yeah.
But so they're starting to put out like the better version that has like die cast and a little bit more.
Yeah, the AMK Pro is going to have the die cast and everything in it, and I'm just like, yo, I mean, it's light. It is.
Articulation, bro. It's fucking
got
amazing.
Great articulation to it, and you know, it's
that's solid,
amazing.
Yeah,
I just got rid of my G1 ones.
The presence and the paint, like on those, like they blow. Like I was just telling them before the show, like I got like some of the studio series, the transforming like versions of these that they've released so far, and I'm like, I think I'm out because the paint on these are way better. The presence on the shelf is fucking better. And and even though they don't, You know what I'm saying? Like that don't really matter to me. Like you want
Right.
to do just
Because
the
you're not
character.
transforming your figures anyway.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not really doing that anyway. Like it would be more for display as far as like the way those look. Like I got those versions lined up with the cogless versions right in front of them, and that shit looks dope as a display.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
It's
the
Still
you're
a
right, man.
Transformers brand.
It is. He gets a pass. I did have the I bought the Prime and I brought the Starscream from the G1 versions, and they were great. They were fantastic.
He didn't have any star screens with him because that was the first question I asked him. Because when I got there, all his star screens were gone.
I'm sure it's the closest
all
thing
his
to
star
having
screens
the
were
MP
gone.
version, like the MP52 version, without
Yeah.
it transforming. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
got
it's
the Bumblebee.
and the line work on it is better too. Like the line work in the wings and like the detailing in the wings. On
Yeah,
the
but that's why I wanted it, man. It was it's the ultimate star screen to have if you're not worried about transforming it. You know what I mean? And if you just want it in bot mode, you know. So yeah. So I got Bumblebee as well.
Nice.
He's the cog one as well. It comes with his knife hands and the battle mask and all that. Yeah,
I got knife hands.
Knife hands. I saw a version of that where he said sword hands, and I'm like, what? He said knife hands in my home video version.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sure when I saw that shit in the movie, he says sword hands.
He said knife hands.
I think they said they got different versions, like sword or knife, like depending on the country. I'm like, that's dumb. Okay.
Oh my God. I've seen that movie over 20 times now. It's definitely knife hands. Also got Megatron.
Nice.
I didn't get RC because he ran out of those too. So I'm like, yo, you running out? I said, people are. He said, this table's been hot all morning. And we got there in the afternoon. So it was just like, okay, it should have got there earlier. You know? But yeah, I got Megatron, D16, and this is the COG. And they're all the COG versions, of course. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait until the AMK Pro versions come out. Lockie's got the classic class Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, that's the Camaro, right?
Looking forward to putting this one together. I just saw Sony's review on it. This was the exclusive one that they had that they announced at Toy Fair. That he had gotten as a gift from them, and I went and picked me up one. As a matter of fact, because Sam hit me up and was like, "Can you pick me up one when I come to the States? I can get it from you." I said, "No doubt, no problem." So I got his as well. I also got some Earthspark figures.
Oh yeah,
Transformers Earthspark.
Actual Transformers. Okay, good job.
Yeah,
I was getting worried. Right, I was like, he's just pulling all these non-transforming figures. I'm scared. Right? So
I got Nightshade, and I also got Twitch. So if you watch the show, you kind of get into the characters and all that type of stuff. I thought the show was very good, even though it's a kids show. It's got all the feels of a Transformers show, not a traditional one, but the ones that you can watch with your kids, your grandkids, and all that type of stuff, or you just want to watch it yourself. I just watched it, and it was for me. I ain't afraid of y'all. I ain't scared of y'all. I watched Transformers Earthspark, and I absolutely loved it.
Some of us are far away, so
yeah. So, but yeah, that's it for me.
Cool.
Oh, thank God.
That's it for me.
I ain't got to boot you this week. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Man, unless you want to go see the Mausenkaiser again.
No, we're all good. Moving right along.
Okay.
Moving right along. All right, so
hello, Rusty. Let the eyebrow down.
Hello, chat squad. How's it going? So listen, I want to give a shout out because Augie's actually in the chat right now. So again, I want to give a shout out to Augie for winning the raffle this weekend. Congratulations, Augie, on the MPG 09 Super Junior. Congratulations to you, my friend.
Hey, I didn't know Augie was in the game because you didn't say his name while the game was going. So.
Is that the key?
Yeah,
that's right.
No, that's I didn't put the two together. So anyway, apparently if I don't say your name, I'll stop saying people's names.
Better. Yeah.
God, it was terrible. Anyway, sticking with the non-transforming theme. So I just want to go back to a quick story about the raffle because I kind of forgot about it. So speaking of blockies, I picked up the block. He said this is from the Shining version 2 set that has Optimus and anyway a few others, but Optimus is in that set. Optimus is this is Sunstorm.
Put that up again. Is his neck really that long, or you got?
I don't know. Maybe I don't have it all the way down. I don't know.
Yo,
look
at that, Jose.
Nope, I think that's
so.
wait,
I got my regular ones are like over there, but I don't.
Hey, you did.
No, it's
anyway,
really long.
Yeah,
those faces look weird, bro. Can we not show those things anymore?
They do. Sorry,
what is going on?
like the little chibi look.
Yeah.
The other fun and interesting thing that happened during the stream was that Optimus was the exclusive figure in that set, and I was going through each of the boxes, just showing it off while Betty was spinning the wheel for me, and sure enough, the last box I opened actually had the exclusive Optimus figure in it. And man, the paint on that thing, I haven't put it together yet, but just the pieces, like the paint on that thing, like better than Fans Toys.
Yeah.
Better than Fans Toys. I can't wait to put it together and show you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna switch cameras because and again, keeping with the non-transforming theme, since that seems to be what we're doing. But this thing deserves its own camera. Oh my god!
Not that camera.
Oh my god!
Oh, whoops!
Oh my god! Not that camera! Oh my god! Look at this thing!
Oh snap!
Oh, the Jazz.
So that is the
that's the MDLX Jazz. Look at this thing.
I was gonna say, you being mean, man. That deserves a camera.
It deserves its own camera.
Yo, is that the MDLX?
The MDLX.
Yeah.
MDLX, look at this thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this thing. Look at it. Look at the detail on this. And I picked this up because Deluxe made the comment when he was on our show last time. He said if I could start my collection over, I'd go Legends and MDLX, and he was showing off his Jazz. And I hopped right off that show and I went and snapped it up, and it showed up this week.
Nice.
Oh my god, this thing, man! These MDLX figures. If any of you out there have not tried to take a shot at these 3-0 MDLX figures, just do it. This thing is absolutely everything's painted on it. The articulation's awesome. The details are amazing, and it just looks so good on the shelf. Anyway, I went ahead and I started hunting down some other ones. So I'm looking for whatever's out there, whatever I can find.
And all that jazz.
Yeah, all that stuff. All that jazz. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I do this sometimes.
Anyway, that thing's awesome. I love it. It's funny that we're all kind of digging into the non-transforming stuff, right? I've said before that I'm finding the transformations they're just not enjoyable anymore.
No, bro, you just don't put that off on us.
Well, I said that, right? I'm like my old hands aren't able to do that, fine manipulation stuff anymore.
Hey, look,
but I mean, man, if you can find a non-transforming figure that looks good on the shelf and you're happy with it, I mean,
you gotta go with what works for you, bro.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm leaning that way too, man. Like as far as and because when you don't have to worry about the transformation and the engineering that entails, you could really focus on just the look of the figure itself and make sure that it just looks exactly like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
That's why I think those Transformers 1 YOLO Park figures are fucking amazing, because those things look like they're literally just popped out.
They just jump right off the screen.
So,
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, that was it. That's all I picked up this week. Just that guy, but I was super stoked when it showed up. It is awesome.
Real quick, Rusty. If you like that Jazz,
yes, sir.
Find the Rodimus Prime.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that Rodimus is a beast.
Yes. Yes. I was looking at the pictures of it, and I'm like, I gotta find this thing. I gotta figure it out somewhere. Like if I gotta go hunt it down on AliExpress or something, I will. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I vouch for those figures. I think they look great. You know what I'm saying? I'm always a fan of the stylized look. If you switch up the G1 look, but the character is recognizable, that's money for me.
Yeah,
so,
you got it.
I'll breeze through these quick just to, we got some stuff to talk about. But from Studio Series, Transformers 1, got Sentinel Prime.
All right.
Got B127.
Okay.
All these just started showing up right when I came back from Puerto Rico. So I came back like right on time.
Nice.
Autobot Red Alert from Age of the Primes. So
Ooh.
I like the size of it or whatever, but like I mentioned it last night, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this one. I think I'm gonna cherry pick like some of those figures from some of those lines like RID and Cybertron and all that. This one showed up today, didn't mess with it, but I kind of digging it really quick, so I want to mess with it some more when I get the chance. So I got Solus Prime.
Solus Prime.
From
Nice.
Age of the Primes.
Yep.
I opened up the Prime of Prime earlier, so need to transform it and stuff, but I like the way the figure looks. It's solid.
Yeah.
He's got his Matrix in his chest and stuff.
He's
that
got
Matrix,
the Star Saber.
Yep, he's got the Star Saber. The Matrix could attach to the hilt of the Star Saber and stuff like that. So I think it's a pretty cool gimmick. The pictures of the truck mode like look pretty cool too. So want to mess with him. I got the first 2 Constructicons released. So there's this Bone Crusher and Scrapper.
How do you find those? Like I heard people complaining about like the arms are too hollow and the
I mean, dude,
feel of the plastic weak.
This one, so the Scrapper is Voyager, so $35 is what they charge for them now. And like, inside of the arms are hollow. Like I think that should be better. The legs are pinned. So I mean, it's holding them now, making me look bad. But when I did this earlier,
it just felt
that's not cool, you know.
Yeah, that's
these things should be like I feel like tighter. Like, and usually the chugs are. Usually I don't have any problem with the joints and stuff on the chugs, but this one I felt like for the Voyager one out of these 2 should have been a little tighter, a little bit of better quality. It does come with, I guess, the gun part of the gun for the Devi mode. And Bone Crusher does have, like you can see, is like combiner like piece there. So again, haven't transformed them, but I'm excited to have these because then it means, you know, we're getting our combiner, another combiner. And I think that was it as far as me. So
that's a good haul, Chug Thug.
Yes, pretty deep, especially since I hadn't really gotten anything like in months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know I've been on a hiatus from ETR, but I would have been Deuce Egg.
Yeah.
So. All right. Take the reins, E. I've been talking too much, bro.
Oh man, it's all good. You've been doing it, man. You held it down very well, man. Allow me to give you a break now. So guys, are we ready for our next segment? Did somebody grab the MP10?
Yep, I sure did.
Somebody?
All right. Had to make sure. All right. Well,
what are you pointing at, Russ?
Oh, that's the wrong one. There we
Classic.
go. All righty. Let's go ahead and get Mr. Derek up in this piece. As you know, every week we do a Does It Still Hold Up? And by everything that's going on in the world of Transformers, specifically more of the Prime, aka the other Primes, we just thought it'd be apropos to go ahead and do a throwback to one of the characters. It kind of started the MP line over again, seeing that this new MPG-17 is doing the same thing, or so we think. So Derek, go ahead and take it away.
All right, so what I did was went back into the archives because I had put this back in its original packaging because I got the MP44. So I'm pulling out the American version. That's real important. The American version.
It is important.
MP10.
That's not MP10.
Ooh, that is MP10, but that's not the American version.
You're not going to convince me that's MP10. But anyway,
that's definitely MP10. That's not the American
MP10.
version.
How is it not the American version?
No, I'm just
because
messing with Derek. It looks like the Year of the Horse.
That's
one.
like the Toys R Us. That's the Toys R Us. No, that's the original.
No,
that's
I know it is.
MP10.
But because he has such a golden glare, this is just me messing with Derek. He has such a shine, this golden glare, that is popping onto the box and is making it look like the Year of the Horse.
I had the Year of the Horse version, which actually, dude, that
Was
one
a
wasn't
beast.
bad either. Like, you know what I'm saying? The
It was a
colors on
beast.
that one were decent.
Just the trailer was clear, but that Prime, just the way that is reflecting off your screen, dude, you good.
Yeah.
That's the Hasbro Toys R Us.
No, because you're saying that I got the yellowing on my box, and that's not true. It is because of the way it's shining on the thing, though. I will give you that.
Yeah, man, you just shine like gold,
That's all good.
Yeah.
Dude, we were
Right.
in E. We were talking about that earlier, right? So the Toys R Us exclusive in Canada came in the same Toys R Us exclusive box as Prowl and Blue Streak and Starscream, right? It was that square red and
Yeah.
black box, right? So that's why, and we were joking about it offline earlier, right? That he pulled it up to show that he had it, and I was like, "That's not MP10."
Dude,
So-
that window box was amazing when it dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm taking it out without trying to, because back when I was a box collector, I always wanted to make sure that, clear.
The
I
clam
always
shell was
wanted to
good.
make sure
Mhm.
that, I wanted to take extra special care of the boxes when, I had them. So I kept them out of the sun, kept them out of, the heat and all of that stuff. And, just made sure I, just took extra special care. But
Mhm.
here you go.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Really
Now,
nice.
in regards to does it still hold up? I'm putting it close so that you see that your ratchets are still clickety clacking. It, no loose joints, nothing loose on this one, as you know, and when it's designed like this, nothing should be loose anyway. So, but yeah, everything is still tight, and I gotta push the arms in there.
I remember loving that Prime when I had
Chest
it. I'm
still
still
bold.
considering like rebuying it. Like I'm almost regretting that I
It
sold
was
it.
so good, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Chest stills open up. Got your matrix.
Nice.
Matrix still comes out. Not gonna take it out.
Yeah,
That's
and
funny,
it was
I don't-
die-cast metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the translucent yellow on the front of his hips.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
American version had it.
Okay, I was gonna say that the one that I had, I don't think they were translucent yellow. I think it was just
Might have
yellow
been blue.
plastic or blue. Yeah, I don't remember.
Hold on. What did I say in the beginning?
I know you said it's
the
American.
American version.
I'm just educating. I'm bringing some culture to the.
All right, guys, don't get into a border war. We got enough of that going
We got
on.
enough
We're
of that
okay.
shit
We're
going
okay.
on again.
So the only thing that should be loose is the head, of course, because it needs to be. But it's like really really loose. The ears still fold and all of that. But just the head is the only thing that's loose on this figure. Now, let's talk about relevancy. With all the other primes that have come out, they've gotten more I'd say accurate, if you will, tune accurate primes that have come out, and then basically just made people put this away and put other primes on the shelf. If you look right there, that's the MP44. As soon as I got the MP44, this went back into the package. But taking it out the packaging, it's like it never came out the packaging. It's still fresh. It still feels fresh. It still feels fresh.
That's
And-
weird. Don't do that again. That made me uncomfortable for like 2 seconds.
So
Just show
Yeah,
them
no,
Rusty
no,
on the
no,
prime
no.
where you
It's-
got hurt.
it's right. The one thing I did love about this one is,
Yeah, that was such
with
a cool
the gun,
gimmick.
the gimmick gun you could put in the back. You could store in the back. So you fold that, put it down. It clip. Oh, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta clip it together.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Then store it in the back, put it in the front, and then you got his gun stored.
Which is
Has-
crazy at the time.
As a blue, this one had a blue roller.
Blue roller.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Japanese version. Correct me if
Silver.
I'm wrong.
Silver.
Because there was two versions of the Japanese one. There was the Prime by itself, and you had the one with the trailer, and it had a gray. I think that
Gray
one
or
came with
silver,
gray
one of the two.
Gray or silver, I think, yeah.
Mhm.
And the
Gray or
Japanese
silver, yeah.
version of that Prime, also the blue was darker. Like the eyes were dark blue.
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah, we were
shade
talking
of
about
blue
that,
was
yeah.
way darker on
Yeah.
the Prime
Mhm.
figure itself.
And yeah, because this one has the
It's got the light blue eyes.
The
Yep.
light blue eyes, the
Yeah.
light blue painted eyes on this one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and and anything like his hands and the blue on his legs and the blue on his head like are lighter than the Japanese version also.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, and then of course you cannot have a Prime without the actual trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Trailer still opens up. Oh, you know what? I think I know what that vector sigma is.
The key to vector sigma.
Yeah, he mentioned he was like he was letting us know what the accessories were in the box, but he was like the key came with a key to vector sigma is over there.
Yeah, because
somewhere.
I got the
It's in
BBT.
this
This is the
trailer.
BBTS one. I got from BBTS, and they give you a vector
Oh,
sigma with
yeah.
the key.
Oh, yeah,
That's pretty
with the
cool.
key, yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't keep the
key
box?
as well.
You didn't keep it in the shiny box?
I do have the box. I saw that. I literally had the box back there, but I thought I put this in the original box, and I didn't. So
Copy.
now I know to actually move the box to see that it's empty because it's in here. I put it in here, and also, Spike.
Yep, I remember that.
Okay.
Faceless
Yeah,
Spike.
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, had the this clicks. Did you hear that?
Brink says
Yeah.
he still has a sealed American MP10.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Really?
But yeah, the trailer still opens. It's still functional. The robot inside it still got its clickety clacks, as y'all can hear.
Mm.
It's not loose. The
Hey, pull it up.
arms on it.
Why don't you slide it up a little bit? There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
The arms on it, like I said, it's still. Let me take this out. It's still sturdy. It doesn't lean or anything like that. It doesn't fall back. Still tight. Everything's tight on it. No loose joints. The arms on it is still sturdy. It's not loose on it at all.
That's
Satellite.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And keep
Everything's
in
still
mind,
intact
folks,
on
this thing is about 17 years old at this point.
Damn, for real. Damn, yeah. It's getting there now. Yeah.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
actually,
It's-
shit. When did this thing drop? MP10
So,
release.
MP44
I wanna say-
came out 8 years ago, and
Jesus,
then
already?
this one came out
Yep.
9 years before that. So yeah, you're about 17. It's about a 9-year
we're
jump.
pretty-
Shout out to
pretty
Bobby.
old, bro.
Look,
Where these
even
years
the
go?
ramp, even the ramp is stiff. It's still stiff.
Don't tell
It's
me
not
that,
loose.
man.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
either this is great or I'm a great collector because I take care of my shit. So-
And that's the trailer. The ramp goes back into the trailer, right? It slides back into the
Yeah.
trailer.
Slide back.
Yeah,
I just
that
took
was
it out.
crazy. The gimmicks
Yeah.
on this thing was ahead of its time, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was mind blowing what it was doing.
Well, even some of the details, like in the trailer too, right?
Yeah.
The two like seats, the blue seats on either side of the
Folding
repair
in,
bay, right?
folding
That
out.
was yeah.
And the
Yeah.
gun storage and the
Yeah.
axe storage in there, like it was crazy what
Yeah.
this thing could do.
In fact, I'd almost say that like every Optimus trailer that we've had since this MP10 is almost an exact copy of this trailer, right? When you open
Yeah,
it
very
up, right? It's
close.
got all the same details and some of the same gimmicks and
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, right? So yeah, it was definitely
You're right. Like even this studio series release, I feel like still takes a lot of like
A lot
from
of cues
MP10
from
to
yeah.
MP44
When you open up
trailer.
that trailer, man, there's a
Yeah.
lot of cues in there from this trailer, right? So yeah, guaranteed.
So yeah, you would think that I would have sold this, but this is one of the first MPs that Sean bought me, so I would never sell this one.
Yeah, never get rid of
Nah.
that, bro.
So yeah,
That's a historic
It's got that
piece.
sentimental value for me. So I know a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I sold mine. I had to
Aw.
get rid of it."
Mhm.
I have sentimental value when I have sentiment when it comes to a lot of the stuff that she gets for me.
Yeah,
So
I'm the
anything,
same.
really anything she gets me, I'm not gonna sell. Unless
Yeah.
she'd be like, "You
Mhm.
should sell that. You don't want that no more." And I'm still not.
If she
gonna
gives
sell
you the
it.
okay, if she gives you the
Yeah.
okay, then it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So chat squad, let's go ahead and get those votes in real quick. Do you think this still holds up, bro? Let's go ahead and put that in the chat. But while we're doing that, Let's talk about our own experiences with it really quick while we're waiting on the chat squad to chime in. So, Jose, do you remember where you were when you got this? What you felt at the time when it dropped?
Oh yeah, dude. So I remember, and I didn't get it like initially. My first version of this mold was that Year of the Dragon one. So it didn't initially have the trailer, and the colors were a little off. But just being able to mess with the mold itself and the transformation and everything, I thought this thing was fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? The definitive Optimus Prime that I always like wanted, you know, and even though the versions we've gotten now are like, okay, they've gone more tune or whatever. At the time, I was like, they can't get fucking more tune than this. Like,
That's
this
what
thing
I
is,
said.
like, right out the screen. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
this ain't getting any better than this. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was like the GOAT for a long time as far as masterpiece and as far as like Optimus Prime figures. And to me, I mean, I don't own it anymore, but I remember like just playing with that figure a lot, transforming it back and forth a lot, which again, I don't do a lot with my MPs. I rarely transform them back and forth, and I always had fun doing it with that one. So 2 thumbs up for me for that.
That's what's up. Rusty, what about you?
Yeah, I remember missing out on it too, and it was and I remember seeing the Takara Tomy MP10 come out, and it was still kind of new to the MP game. So I had MP1, and I was happy with it. And then I saw this MP10 come out, and I had the same reaction that Jose just said. Right, it's like, oh, like this is my childhood. This is right out of the cartoon, right? And we didn't know what was coming with MP44, but at the time that was the feeling. And
I'm on it, Derek. I got you already. You
Okay,
think
I'm
the same
glad.
thing I'm thinking? Go ahead, Rusty.
Yeah.
Go
ahead,
and
Rusty.
anyway, so the Takara Tomy like box, I saw them, right, and I was like, I can't find it anywhere. And then I was wandering through a Toys R Us right in Canada, and it had the Canadian Toys R Us exclusive box, which threw me off because I remember seeing all the pictures of the clear box one, and that's what I was expecting to see. And then I saw the Canadian version of it. I was like, oh my god! And I like immediately, I don't even know how much it was. I didn't even care. I just snapped it off the shelf, right, and I ran to the front of the store as quick as I could, right, and I bought the thing because just from the picture alone on the box, right, I was like, this has got to be the Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? So immediately, and yeah, same thing, Jose. Like I took it out of the box and I messed around with it and I didn't care that maybe it might break or whatever, right? I hadn't really put that type of value on the masterpiece figures yet. It was just like it was so nostalgic, right? Like it's funny that opening the trailer was actually more nostalgic than playing with the actual main figure. You know what I mean? I like because I always remember that playing with the trailer with all the cool stuff that was inside and the details that were inside, even in the toy from the 80s. And then when you open that, the MP10 went up and there's all these, these cool little details that were in there, right? And it was exactly what you remember from your childhood in so much more detail. Yeah, that's what I remember when I got mine. Just so much fun.
At that time too, like you were talking, like remember price and like well, we're paying for these things now. Like obviously it's years later, but I think that thing was like $100 when it dropped, right?
Yeah.
Like now we're paying fucking $100 for these legend scale figures.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But at the time it was like $35 for the Carbots, right? $35 for the Carbots.
Yeah, Sideswipe came out at $40 and some change.
Right. And then Optimus comes out, it's like $99.99, and we're like, yep.
No, but there was to be fair, there was a big step in between that. So you got, I think MP11 wasn't out yet. You got something else in between that. They gave you a few Carbots and then they made that jump. So it was a transition to it because the next few Carbots went up in price slightly, but they gave you some transitions. But I will also say this. I love you, Rusty, and we always make fun of your Canadian dialect, but his name is Jose, not Jose.
Did I say Jose? Are you kidding me?
His name is Jose.
I know it's Jose.
Okay, it's okay.
A little bit of French.
I'm in my head like, did he just call him Jose?
Yeah, it's all right. That actually is like an American pronunciation. Like if you would say it like an American, whatever.
But I know your name is Jose. I know better than that. So that had to be a slip, man. I didn't know.
Yo,
that's fucking funny.
funny.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear
That's
when I said it.
That's the
funny.
slip up of the night right there, bro.
Yeah.
That was
You see?
hilarious.
You play that
You
back.
see how in sync we are?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Literally
we
at
both
the
heard
same
it
time.
At
It
the same
was
time,
like-
was like, oh,
Didn't even hear it.
he said it. We got him. We got him.
Jose.
All right, man. So I'll go ahead and give mine and leave Derek
Josie.
for last on that. Josie and the Pussycats. So I think when this thing first came out, I remember exactly where I was. I was living in an apartment, my wife and I, and this was not long before my daughter was born. So I bought it. It was before Christmas. This was this version. I had always wanted the Takara version, and then Toys R Us put this out for around Christmas time because, of course, they want to make Hasbro wanted to make a dent in the Transformers for Christmas holiday. And when that thing dropped, and I saw that box, I instantly knew that I had to have it. Like that was to me at the time the most cartoon accurate Prime you had. Of course, it had some stylistic cues. But man, that thing was crazy. Like the wheel covers, the amount of accessories it came with. It was the Prime that I wanted from my childhood, and I just knew I had to have it. And then the box was just nuts. The window box packaging was just crazy. So got that thing, messed with it, and was like, oh yeah, this is it. And that's what helped continue to springboard my collection because I had just sold MP04. MP05 Megatron and that MP03 Starscream 2 years prior because of financial reasons. So I was like, let me just get rid of this stuff. This is useless stuff to somebody who needs to take care of their business. And you can just get rid of the expendable stuff. So when this stuff started to come back around, the Sideswipe came on. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then that Prime and I think Red Alert might have been right after. I was like, oh yeah, I'm in. This is it. And that's what helped springboard me into collecting MP again. And I'm like, oh, this is it. So it was groundbreaking. It was earth shattering. It was one of those period pieces, for lack of a better term, that I think people will always remember. If you were collecting Transformers around then, you remember when this figure dropped. And I definitely think it still holds up.
Yeah. I can't remember. I feel like this is a figure that I feel like there's like near unanimous consensus of love for this figure. Like I don't think I've seen anybody say anything bad about that thing. Like ever.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
And it's still don't.
Derek, go ahead and round us out, buddy.
So, in my opinion,
turn towards your mic a little bit.
In my opinion, I think it still holds up. So it's got. I mean, for several reasons. It's for several reasons for me, and y'all already heard them. So yeah, it still holds up for me.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Well, thank you, Derek, for taking over that topic for us again for the fifth week, holding us down. We appreciate that, having our back. So, guys, before we do our main topic, I know it's 9:16, and you guys are wondering what the heck are they going to talk about? When are they going to talk about? I'm surprised Brink hasn't put this in the chat yet. But we got to pay some bills first. So, this episode of Do You Even Transform Bros brought to you by Nick the Toy Guy. Head on over to nickthetoyguy.com for all of your Transformers, third party, and action figure needs. You can also use our promo code DYETB10 for 10% off your entire order. Don't forget to combine that with code free ship so you can get free shipping on rates under $10. Guys, do this now before the tariffs really start hitting your pocket. And a little teaser, we will be touching on this topic in 2 weeks. So make sure you join us back for that. But in the meantime, let's save the money while you can and go head on over to nickthetoyguy.com for all of your Transformers third party and action figure needs.
Yeah.
You were real quick. I wanted to do this.
We got 7. Hold on. We got 7 mics.
This is going to be a big part of our topic as well.
What?
That was the price for it at the time.
$165.
Tax included. Yep, for that one.
Now that is highway robbery, and we'll talk about that. But Hurricane BX, you were about to say something. I'm sorry, we cut you off.
Oh no. I forget it. I just forgot.
I was just trying to throw in that we'll talk about the tariffs in 2 weeks, assuming that there are tariffs still on in 2 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Anyway,
anywho, All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the discussion. I think Derek kind of started us off with looking at pricing, and the reason why I called that highway robbery, because when that figure dropped at Toys R Us, guess how much it was?
Just $99.99.
$99.99.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but did that original version that dropped? I think it came without a trailer. No, am I wrong?
No,
Was it just the
so
Prime?
the original American version came
Yeah.
with the trailer.
Yeah.
It was just
MP
packaged differently, right? Like the trailer was like behind them
And
instead
this
of like
came
the.
with-
That was, I think, the reissue.
Okay.
So
I
that
feel like I
trailer,
remember-
that
with
one, the
more
one he
accessories,
has
too.
was the original.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because this one had more accessories with it too. So.
Yeah.
But then there was an MP10 from Takara that was in a black box as well. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then the Canadian one was the Toys R Us red and black box.
Yeah,
And yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
that's the thing that's confusing about the MP10 figures, right? Is that it came in like several different packages, right? So I mean, I
Yeah,
see
there was
people.
so many versions of it.
Yeah, right. Like he pulled that box up, and I immediately started razzing him for like, that's not MP10. I don't. That's not my MP10. You know, like
99
anyway,
with the
just
trailer.
anyway.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
So speaking of pricing, well, let's go back a little bit. Let's give the folks a little idea of what we're talking about tonight. Folks, we have a prime problem. Or do we? So for some people, it may be a problem. For others, it may be a welcomed addition to their collection. But there's yet another prime coming out. And I think without further ado, we should go ahead and get into the topic here. This new MPG Optimus Prime, MPG 17 to be exact, Optimus Prime style gen, whatever that stands for, is dropping from the T-Spark line of Takara. This T-Spark line we've touched on a little bit here. It gives you a mixture of all of their lines with just more of a premium, higher collector, higher dollar amount for the high-end collector for your collection. So we just seen that Rodimus drop. That's under the T-Spark line. We just seen the teasers for that Predaking. That's under the T-Spark line. And then the MPG series, it looks like there's a collaboration with this. So we just seen the God Jinrai just drop, which Rusty was so kind to raffle off for our organization. Thank you again for that. And now we have another Prime, not even 8 years later, from MP44. So that begs the question, do we need another Prime? Is it too soon for one? Or could this be the springboard or I guess the reset for the collectors who wanted something more stylized?
Yeah,
And,
I think
go ahead, Jose.
what you said right there, like the last thing you said, is the reset. I think this is the reset. You know, like they were going too
guaranteed.
focused for a lot, with a lot of their releases the last few years. You saw the third party companies following suit. They made that announcement, right? That Jinrai, it was like sort of like the last official MP, and then the one that came with the trailer was sort of like MPG. So you see the transition there, and now it looks like this is what we're going to be getting moving forward. And you saw those train bots. Those train bots were not anywhere near fucking Toon Deco. They had more detailing in the alt mode and the robot modes and stuff like that. I look at this and I see Earthrise Optimus like souped up to MP scale, you know what I'm saying? Taking away all the little extra bit of kibble or whatever to make it a bit more clean. But you obviously see they're going back to a very stylized look, a very like kind of like a playability toyetic look with the 5mm ports and stuff like that. So I think this is the direction they're going to be going moving forward. I think their releases are going to have the line work, the detailing and all that, and I think they're going to be moving away from this Toon aesthetic moving forward. So I like a reset, I believe, like you just mentioned, is where they're going to go with this.
Yeah, I agree. And this is what it seems like, a reset, something to give them more space to make what they want, to help carve out more room for the lane that they want to be in, and to give you collectors who want a more stylized approach something there. They understand where they are on the pecking order for a lot of different people, even though third party is not as big as some of us would think it is. They know that it still has an effect. So for them, it may not be a good idea for them to compete in that space rather than just pivot and carve out their own lane and then let everybody else come back to them.
Yeah.
So Rusty, What you thinking, buddy? What you thinking about this prime? What does this prime mean for you, somebody who is not even an MP collector anymore?
I mean, it's just it's like how many more primes do we need to see done again and again? Like even though there's some stylizing going on with this, and we talked about it before in another show, right? With this T-Spark line, right? They don't seem to have any direction as to what they're doing with the line, right? Why announce MP is dead? Your first character that you release is Super Jinrai, new scale, etc., and then immediately follow it up with another Optimus Prime, right? That we don't necessarily need. And not only are you following it up with another Optimus Prime, but it's not even tune accurate, right? So not that that's necessarily a bad thing, right? Because as we talked about, there's a lot of tune accurate stuff going on. The flooding. I think this is just out of proportion. You know what I mean? Like whatever the shot is, but I doubt that the gun is actually this big, obviously. But
it's the angle. It's the angle. It's
but why go with the toy aesthetic, right? I don't understand why release MP44. Then Super Jinrai, which was again fairly tune accurate, and then immediately again come out with an Optimus that isn't necessarily tune accurate. It's kind of stylized gray legs instead of white, et cetera, et cetera. I don't get it, and it doesn't speak to me at all, right?
Well, before we go too deep into that, let me just play devil's advocate for a little bit.
Yeah,
think about it from Takara standpoint, not from the classic MP / third party collector.
Yeah.
But you have 4 total MP primes where they're telling you already that the MPG is not a masterpiece, right? It's more of a chug in scale. So that eliminates that. So you have 4 MP primes since 2001 ish, right? Yeah. That's almost 20 something years, and they've only given you 4 primes. Think about that. 20 something years they've given you 4, because this one's not even out, but they've given you 4.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Yep. I think this is their way to sort of modernize this MP line, like take them out of that 1984 aesthetic. Giving us a more modern aesthetic.
And I don't necessarily condone or blame them for taking a different direction, because we did talk about that too, right? That if they want to carve out a new market for themselves, then kudos to them for doing it, right? Is Optimus a stylized Optimus the way to do it? I don't know. To me it feels weird, right? It feels off, but they want to carve out a new market, a new, the new MPG line, and go with a new stylized version of, I mean, we just talked about the Jazz, right? The MDLX. If it's a character that you can stylize and still immediately recognize as that character, then good for you, right? You're doing something right. For me, sure, we've had, this will be the 4th prime in X number of years, but I don't feel like we needed a 4th prime. Again, MP44 for the tune accurate masterpiece collector is it.
Yeah, and MP10 still holds a place for some people, but I will give you this. I'm gonna say this, and then I'll pass the mic. Think about everything this one figure encompasses, and it's not for me. I'll say that straight away. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm just I'm capping for this figure or putting my cape on for this figure. I'm not buying it. Nope. However, think of every other iteration of Prime we've seen over the years, from the comics to the movies to the other toys that we've seen. This thing has the Japanese ears that G Creations pulled off, which looks fantastic.
I love it.
It has the truck mode that not G Creations. What was the other company? It was G Creations and another company that made a Prime.
The Generation Toy.
Generation Toy. That's it. The Generation Toy gave you. So you have the best of both worlds in that, right? Then you also have it looks like the stylization of MP10 without some of the same flair, and then you have the Earthrise peg ports in there. You have all the playability from the Earthrise figures. There's not much of MP44 in here, so I won't give them that, but they gave you almost every iteration of Prime and one Super Prime that is going to make a lot of people happy.
I
Like
really
that truck mode there
think
too.
this
Even
was-
that's crazy.
yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's the one thing that I did find that I did. At least they stuck with that, right? That real world realism, if you will, right? Of the truck mode, right? Although there's some, there's obviously some stuff going on back here with the transformation and everything else, but yeah, I mean, like the cab itself in the front, like all these details, like the bumper, the grill, the wipers, the lights, the mirrors, right? The detailing in the pipes. Like they've done well again with. There's even like a ladder here, right, going on. So they've done well again with the alt mode detailing and all that stuff, right? Again, this isn't for me either, but at the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm going, it looks really good,
Yeah,
right?
it's cool.
Like it's got lots of nice details. It looks like it's going to have lots of nice articulation and all of that stuff. It's just like I'm with you, Eric. It's just not for me, and I'm kind of exhausted with seeing Optimus over and over, and this company doing, that company doing, and this variation, and this blah 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 blah. I'm just done with seeing Optimus characters when a lot of the collecting community has kind of been crying over the last year or so. What about all the other characters that you could still be doing? You know what I mean? So anyway.
Well, let's answer Breek's question really quickly. He had two, so I'll bring this one up first, and then we'll move on to his next one. So, Derek, starting with you.
With the stylization, he's
Yeah,
asking with this stylization, do you think they will be able to create a full MP lineup for all characters? Well, I don't think they're going to care about all characters. They're going to care about their main four and to some extent main six. And that's it. And that's the Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave.
Yeah,
So,
and I doubt they do a Grimlock.
I mean, yeah, and actually, because when you do Grimlock, you got to do all the other Dinobots too,
Or not, because they never have.
They never did. So
not an MP, yeah.
Yes, they did. I have it.
No, they didn't.
Signed by
The third party
signed by
ones.
Greg Berger.
They
So,
only
yeah.
did. They only did
Only
Grimlock.
Grimlock.
So that's
what I mean.
But
They did.
I'm responding to the statement where you said they have to do them all, and I said, or they don't, because they did not.
Oh, right, or they don't, right. So yeah, they're gonna focus. If they do it, they're gonna focus on those particular ones. They're not gonna do the entire line because first of all, it's gonna take forever for them to do it, and I don't think that this line is actually gonna. Honestly, to me, I don't think this MPG line is gonna last very long. That's just being honest. The T-Spark line, they're doing well now, but at some point they're going to get a character and everybody's going to frown their face and be like, that's going to be that's it for them. So, and that's usually the death of a line when they come out with a particular character and the masses don't like it. So, yeah.
Jose, what you think?
Well, to answer Brink's question, I think the potential for them to do every character in this style is there, because if you don't have to worry about like doing a real world license for a real world alt mode, that takes that issue out of the equation. But there's just so many Transformers characters that I agree with Derek. Like, you're not gonna get everybody that you want. You're not gonna get these obscure characters, but the potential is there for them to obviously do everybody when you don't have to pay a license fee for the alt modes and stuff. If you're gonna update them and make them a bit more stylized, and I believe you could do any character you want.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you guys. I think the potential is definitely there. Will they do it? It might take a while for them to get as many out. But I don't think the potential is there. I'll just leave it at that. The potential is there. And it's all going to depend and hinge on the success of this Prime.
And I think it's smarter of them to do the Prime first. And Rusty, I know we're all primed out, right? But Prime is the character, right? That's
I get
the character everybody loves.
Yep.
And I'm one of those that, man, give me a Prime in fucking Chuck form, and I'm pretty much gonna fucking pick it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of collectors are Prime guys, even though I know, that character is abused a lot. But it's right of them to start with it, because this will basically give them that capital to sort of move forward. And then I think any subsequent releases based off the success of that would depend on whether the line will move forward or not. So we'll see.
You know,
I do want to check it out. I'm not buying it, but I would like to mess with it if someone gets it. So I'll mess around with it. But I don't need another Prime, dude. I have the
Yeah.
Magic Square. I have MP10. I got two MP44s. I'm buying the fans
MP10.
toys. I can't. I don't need another Prime. I'm saving my money for the fans toys, and I'm done.
See, but look at what they did. Like, you're done.
It's
You're
hard.
out. But remember, I'm not even the MP collector, and they pulled me back in with this because of the way it looks and shit like that. So
Yeah.
look
That's
at
a good point. That's a good point. This
Now, I'm
will
really
pull some other
wondering-
people in.
I'm really wondering if they jumped the gun on this, because should they have done this first and then come out with the Power Master one?
See, that's what I was thinking too, and that was kind of my and I think I actually chatted about it on the weekend during the raffle. Right, I don't understand why you came out with MP60, right? Even if you were following it up immediately with Super Jinrai, and then the next thing you do after that is another Prime. Why didn't you do this first, right? And then give us Super Jinrai afterwards. Even if this is the direction that they were going to go, I wouldn't have even done an MP60. If I was a controller, I would have said, do this Prime, fire it out there, announce the end of the MP line, and we'll follow it up with a full blown Super Jinrai. Right?
I mean, I think you're thinking logically, but if we have to, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate again. One, that MP60 was a bridge of a gap, so they were trying to gather that Japanese audience, and forgive the people, they were trying to give the people who didn't want the super armor part, just to get the little figure was good to go. Or for people who wants the full shebang, then you can go in on the big old Super God Jinrai or whatever it's called. But this here does open up the door for them to gather the Japanese audience, because it looks very Japanese-esque.
Let's go, bro.
And tickle the fancy of the American guys who've been crying for years that MP44 is too plain, too cartoon accurate. And I can finally get the Prime that I want, with the articulation that I want, with all the cues that I want. MP10 can probably finally retire.
It's the same thing. Look, it's a generations style MP scaled Optimus with the bells and whistles that you would expect. You know what I'm saying? But that shit looks just like the Earthrise, with the exception of the head sculpt. It's
now let's talk about those hands, Mac. What is going on in that area? Typewriter hands for a figure supposed to be premium formatted. What are we doing? And they look like 5mm ports.
That thumb is fixed.
Yep.
That thumb's
for sure.
Anywhere, right?
Yeah, the thumb is
that
fixed.
thumb ain't even a thumb.
Yeah. It's a stubby.
if you close the hand up, it literally makes one full hand. That's not a thumb, bro. You made that out of something. That's crazy.
I saw that and I was just like, okay. I hope this comes with another set of hands that you can interchange.
It's not. No.
Nope.
So what I think this is gonna be, and I think Brink said it like previously, like this line, like MPG is gonna be like premium chug, like chug kind of like figures, chug style figures that are gonna be a little bit of higher quality. They're gonna charge you more, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But you're gonna get like sort of all the bells and whistles, you know what I'm saying. But it's gonna be like chugs, like chug style looking figures. That's what that is to me.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
I love the blades. I love the fucking axe. Like, but you could tell that like that's chug, bro. It's chug, but it's just like higher end.
Oh, look what they did again. Look, they're putting the flight stand adapter in with this guy with no flight stand. They did the same thing with the Super Jinrai. You have to have an MP figure, right? The Seekers or Dinobot that
or
came with
Jetfire.
a flight stand, Jetfire, that this plugs into. If you want to do an in the air pose.
You talking Dinobot from Beast Wars?
Beast Wars Dinobot, yeah.
But that piece is intended for to hold the axe in the back when he's in robot mode. Look! If you look at the two,
you can see that up there too. But I know. You better bet your money on it. It's going to be a part of the flight stand.
Yeah.
So
it's exactly the same as the Super Jinrai one. Exactly the same.
They want you to be able to pull off that movie 86 pose when he's coming out the trailer.
This is nice.
I like the way that looks. Do they sell those
I like
stands
this.
separately? Can you buy those separately? Those
Yeah, you
stands?
can buy KOs and aftermarket
Okay,
ones.
okay.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3D printing is a wonderful.
And the
thing.
matrix kind of still looks like it's still that MP10 style
Yep.
matrix
Yeah.
that we got.
Yep.
You know. Yep.
Want to go back
I
to
like it,
Renaissance
bro. Like I
Syndicate
like
set.
it. This is the
That's
type of
Chokester piece.
figures I prefer. I don't like that fucking tune flat aesthetic. Like if you like it, that's fine. Like I think some of those figures look dope, but I'm about like getting out of 1984. I love modern interpretations of these characters, and I feel like
Yeah.
this is where that line is headed. And at least with the prime I'm in, and we'll see what else they put out. I mean, I did get the Jinrai, but that one holds special significance for me too. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see where they go moving forward. Yep.
I'm sorry. Is this
Brian-
the mirrors from
Yo,
the cab?
that's exactly it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
They Wei Jiang themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's gonna get the Wei Jiang reference, but that's fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
That's how you got all them upscale Earthrise primes and Studio Series primes. Wang Zhang, boy,
Mhm.
they was all over it. Oh
Is-
man,
This looks like
And
the
I
mirror
wanna-
off the cab. That's just
Wanna go
hanging
back
down
to-
underneath his arm.
that is the mirror off
Yeah.
the cab, 100%.
There's lots of good line details in here, though. Like I'm liking all of the additional details here in the throughout the legs and the abdomen and all that stuff. So that's nice,
Yeah.
nice additions here in that. But man, yeah, there's some misses here with like the hand and like why doesn't this fold away?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, I
Yeah.
know Wolfie had that. That was a complaint of his too. I don't know if we got the picture, like on the back of the shoulder, where sort of like the piece like juts out instead of sort of
Yes.
folding flat.
Mhm.
But again, like I think that might just be them like trying to keep with like that stylized sort of look. Like it's
Mhm.
almost like a mix of like that Siege Earthrise, because the Siege Optimus sort of had that same thing, like on the shoulders, kind of.
Derek, that just goes to show you in this picture that it's two different pieces. So you got the white piece for the axe. I mean, the one
Yeah.
at the bottom for the axe, and the one at the top, I think, is the stand piece.
Okay. Yeah. And
And-
going back to Brian, go ahead, Rusty.
no. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Going back to Brian's comment, he said, "Look, if they don't complete the cast, then what's the point? They'll just open the door for third party to step all over them again." I mean, that's been the way it's been doing in the first place. So for them to go out of order in this whole thing, it seems like they already have a plan to actually do different figures based on the number system that they got going. But I still say they should have came out with this first. If they had brought this out first, maybe it would have addressed the QC issues that the Power Master Optimus Prime had.
Well, if they're smart, they give you the Megatron next in this same design, this same scale, and then that will give a lot of people hope that they'll do a line.
I agree.
But see, the
And
thing is, right,
there's-
is that they didn't complete the line and the masterpiece line. So why would we hold out that hope that they would complete the MPG line, especially when it seems to take them so long, right? Takara's not known for kicking things out fast, right? So unless that changes.
Yeah,
Right.
but let's be fair, right? So one, they attempted to. So they came out. Let's go all the way back to MP10. We said that was almost 17 years ago.
Mhm.
So 17 years to today, they came out with a lot of figures. They were missing a couple of the season ones, and they were missing a couple of the season twos on both sides. But they did attempt to give you a
I get
full
it.
line.
Yeah, I
And
get it.
then the world changed because they changed. So they came out with the more tune accurate stuff.
Mhm.
And then everybody follows suit. So we know that that's what is going to happen. Takara kind of lays the landscape, sets the landscape, and everybody follows suit. Now, with that being said, while they did try to complete a line, I don't have a doubt that they will attempt to do so here, but it gives them more options to pivot if need to, whereas before they would be holding to the scale that they set. So now they have the opportunity to pivot, and they've also dropped within the past year about 7 figures. So they are doing something different, and this I think gives them the flexibility to speed up production as well. So we just got to kind of wait and see, but I do get the trepidation behind it as to why you think they may or may not be able to complete a line. I just think they have a better chance now of doing what they want to do and getting the whole line completed because they're not really beholden to anything but themselves.
And you got to look at it from the business sense too, right? Like they're going to put out characters that they think are going to sell. So as much as you might want, like one name an obscure character from G1, they probably won't release it because they don't think it's going to sell a lot. And these companies are about the bottom line, profit, and stuff like that. So that's another thing to consider.
Yeah, let's be honest. Ain't too many. There's not too many people that's going to collect a reflector. They're just not.
Something like that, there's a lot that would, but they're probably like, really, somebody's gonna spend $200 on a transforming microscope or something, like whatever, like that might be their thing. Or even like supposedly how Decepticon characters, evil characters, don't sell as well in Japan. Like I always remember hearing that was a thing, so I'm sure there's a variable of things that affect like whether they release a character or not. But there's just too many characters in Transformers also. You're not gonna get everybody.
Yeah, you got the art crew, you got the season 1 bots, you got the season 2 bots, you got the movie, then season 3, then headmasters. Like it's so many characters.
It's too many. We're getting them in Chug. We pretty much have gotten them in Chug. I'm the Chug thug, you know what I'm saying? And I look and I'm like, yeah, I think season 1 through 4 are pretty much done. We're just now getting better versions of those guys,
right?
And they're filling in some of those maybe obscure ones that we haven't got. But now I'm looking, I'm like, that we got them all. Damn near all in Chug. You'll never get it in Masterpiece. It's never gonna
happen. And Jedi brought up a point. He said it's weird that a MP figure have weapons that the other Chug bots can wield and vice versa. But I'll also give you a little piece of insight into this. While it's MP scaled in size only, and you're gonna have some premium paint like the Takara stuff does from the Chug versions of that, this ain't MP. This is oversized Chug.
Yep.
And let's be clear too, right? That I mean, when Takara announced the MPG line, they did say that this would not be in scale, right? The MPG line would not be in scale with the Masterpiece line, right? So it's bigger than Chug, but not as big as MP, right? So Jedi asked that question earlier too. He's like, "What is this scale with?" And I was like, "I don't know, MPG, whatever that means," right? Because again, with the T-Spark stuff and this MPG stuff, they just seem to be all over the map. So they just seem to be doing whatever the hell they want, right? That they feel
but Takara be lying, man. So let's look at what they just came out with recently. They got MP44 Shattered Glass. What is that? MP. Even though it's MPG, something else. They got the MP Skyfire in Shattered Glass or Nemesis colors, because I don't think that was Shattered Glass.
Yeah, but it's all in the MPG line, right? So
that's my point. So they said it wouldn't scale.
The MPG scale, or is it at the MP scale?
It's at the MP scale. Those are MP figures. They just repainted them and put the MPG thing on it. That's what I'm saying. Takara be lying. They're all over the place.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
They are all over the place, bro.
Okay,
you gotta take that with a grain of bullshit. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, because their goal is to just get out as much product as they can and make a profit. And the easiest way to make a profit is with repaint, and we know that. So if you already hold the mold, all you got to do is throw a different paint scheme on it, repackage that thing, and boom, you just printed your own money at this point.
MPG 17 will be 24 centimeters tall, whatever that is in Fahrenheit.
9.5 inches.
Okay. So what was MP 44?
9.5 inches.
You're shitting me.
They're all still gonna be the same size.
I don't believe you. Really?
Go look it up, brother.
I'm looking
like 9.5 or 9.75, but it's right in that range.
Yeah.
Right in that range. So this will be MP scaled, only in size only, but this thing is an oversized Chug with some extra articulation points, which is fine. I'm good with it.
Correct.
And if I collected that type of stuff, this would be perfect for any high-end collector or higher-end collecting, because I think this figure is only going to be about 180.
Yeah. I think I did 175 or something after shipping, maybe on Amazon Japan, 180.
There you go.
And yeah, like I remember like these discussions back in the day. Like I wish fucking shit for $20, fuck, they couldn't paint this. I'd pay $40 if they gave me, this, if they painted it properly, if they gave me a little extra articulation or whatever. This appears to be what they're doing. So now I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, because I've always said I would be willing to pay more if they give me higher quality, if they give me better quality. You know what I'm saying? With these like Chug style figures. You know what I'm saying? Like $35 for deluxe. Like I'll pay 50 if you fucking give me the articulation and the paint and nothing is gray or whatever. Like I will pay the extra money, and it looks like that's sort of what they're doing here. The Prime is a bigger character or whatever. I think maybe if they do Carbots, maybe it'll just be $100 or something like that, or whatever. So but I'm for this. I'm for them doing Chug style figures in a premium sort of format. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if it hits or misses, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But this is something new. We're gonna have to check it out. And I'm in on this. And if the quality's not there, then obviously I'm not gonna move forward. But
It's
I'm
definitely going to sell out on Amazon Japan. It's going to sell out in a couple other e-tailers. Now, it may not sell out everywhere, but it's going to fly off the shelves. It's Prime.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys were right. Both of these figures are 9.2 inches or 9.3 inches or something. So, and the MP44 and this are the same height.
Boom.
Which then makes me go, are we using the right term now, right? Because you guys are saying, right, they're masterpiece Chugs, but I'm going, isn't it just a masterpiece with
the scale? We're talking about like the scale of the figure.
Yeah.
It's MP scale, but I mean a Chug never had a butterfly. Oh no, I guess did SS86 have butterfly joints?
Yes, it does.
When you refer to
Don't
Chug,
hate
you're
on my
talking about
Chugs.
quality.
Don't hate on my Chugs, all right? It does.
I mean,
It does.
your Chug reference comes from quality. Overall.
Yeah. It's not going to be MP quality. Okay.
Yeah.
And these ports, these port things. Yeah, the hands are throwing me off. The ports and the weapons are throwing me off. What is this, by the way? What are we doing here?
So that is to give you the playability. To give him a shoulder cannon is not a bad idea. I think it kind of goes back to the Rolling Thunder thing too, because he had a shoulder cannon adjustment. But I mean, it's playability, man. You kind of put everything on there.
That's fair.
Yeah. Listen, anyway. I think there's some people that I think like to do that, like to armor up their fucking figures. Like you've seen, I'm sure, like videos with the Chug stuff and these weaponizer figures that these guys are fucking creating all these original crazy combiners because you could take advantage of all those 5mm ports. I think that inspires creativity and stuff like that. I know not everybody does things like that, but hey, the option is there if you want to do it. So more options are better than none, in my opinion. So
options are always good. Gives us choice.
Yep.
It's just not for everybody, and we have to respect each other's collecting choices, right? I mean, not everybody's going to go for this thing, and other people are going to be all over it, right? Again, like it's not for me. Eric said it's not for him.
Jedi does. I think in one of the Japanese photos I saw that when we were going through those slides, it looked like I did see him with the app.
It does.
Yep.
It does. Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
This is doing for me what the Power Master Optimus Prime did when they released it. I mean, it was all shiny. It was all looking good, looked great. But over time, after looking at it,
the shine wears off.
Its appeal. That shine wears off, and you know, maybe I will go on this one. I mean, this looks way better than the Super Power Master Optimus Prime that they did. I'm worried about the QC issues like the last one had. Did they address the waist and the loose legs? All that stuff. So, I mean, I want to get it, but I just don't want to deal with all of that. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. And the price point doesn't really help either.
I mean, let's be honest though. At 189 with no trailer makes sense nowadays. It wouldn't have made sense back then with Prime MP10, but 189 no trailer, that's what you were paying for the MP44 mode.
Yeah, basically.
With no trailer.
Yep.
Agreed.
I mean, now granted, you got a lot more out of that mode, but that's about what you paid.
Yeah.
So I mean, to close it up, man, and hey, Rusty, do you have that picture of the resin of the test shot? Did you get that?
Derek, help me out.
He's
It was
rolling up.
released
picture of the
shortly
what?
after this, so it may not be in it. The test shot. Look at that prime.
Oh no, I didn't.
See those butterfly
You wanna-
joints though? He looks like he's flexing
They're
on you,
know,
Rusty.
you
beautiful.
He looks like he's flexing on you, Rusty.
Look,
You see
I
those
Rusty.
butterfly
love
joints?
Rusty, bottom right corner.
Bottom
See
right
that
corner.
Arrow. See that arrow thing? Yeah.
What arrow?
Bottom
This
right.
prime
This
is
thing?
dope. Now I wish we had
That's
this
what you want me to
prime
click on?
with the
That.
fucking
It
Earth
makes no
Rise
difference.
style.
I clicked on it
You know what I'm
already.
saying?
You
Yeah,
won't have to
it's
size
crazy.
it up all the time.
Crazy.
So, you know, you
Boom.
won't have to do
There.
all that.
Is that what you want? Like this? This is what you want?
You
Would it
got
be
it.
nice? Here, look, we'll zoom. Look, oh, look at that.
Boom.
That-
So we don't have it here, but what I was gonna say was even the prototype, the unpainted copy of the test shot looks really freaking
Oh,
It
that's-
does.
Yes, it does.
It
Yes.
really
Yes,
does.
it does.
good,
Yeah, yeah.
really freaking good. So I mean that gives a lot of people hope, and I hope everybody gets what they want when they're for their collection. I mean, obviously there's going to be different strokes for different folks, and again, it's not for me. I would like to check it out, but you know, this prime's coming and it's got some people excited, so I hope you get what you want. I just want them to sneak in a jazz somewhere just so I can see how they do it.
Yeah.
Just so I can see how they do it. They got the license now. Volkswagen owns the license to all of those.
Porsche.
Mm.
Porsche.
Oh, do they?
No, Volkswagen
Yeah,
owns
nice.
Lamborghini, Porsche, Bugatti, Audi. I mean, I work for Volkswagen, so
Yeah.
You do?
yeah.
See, but
I
with
work for
this,
Volkswagen.
like they could do something that's close to it, but you know, change it up so it's not
Well,
exactly
so this is
it. And you
this
could,
this
you
is
know?
exactly the thing, right? And the way that Brink brought up earlier about maybe they can't do it because of vehicle licensing, but if you change enough of it,
Yeah.
right, you
Change
you
it by
can get
10%,
around
you're
that
good.
stuff, right? So yeah,
Mm.
right.
I mean, look
The
what they did for the
problem-
Studio Series.
Yeah,
same thing,
right.
Same thing.
The oh yeah, no, that's right. They did do a Studio Series Jazz. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, right. So they can get away from it.
They could do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they could do it.
Yep,
They can
absolutely.
take the risk. Anyway,
All right, guys. Well, that was a great discussion, man. We hope we were able to help some people out. Talking about this here has been on the radar for a lot of people, so we wanted to get this discussion out and give you guys our opinion and our feedback on it. And I think this one here may have some fatigue for some, but for many others, they're excited, and we're hoping those who want it get it, and those who get it enjoy it. So that's pretty much the end of that, man. So let's get ready to go. Any final thoughts before we get ready to close this thing out?
I'll just give a shout out to the chat squad right now. Like you guys were in this discussion this evening.
Yeah,
So
man.
again, we thank you very, very much. Lots of awesome questions, lots of good interaction. So again, shout out to you guys for hanging out with us. I know it took us a while to get here, so thanks for sticking in there. But again, shout out to all you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
One final thought that I wanted to have on this. Again, I want them to be able to still wow me with this figure in some point. It's like they put everything into this. I like the way they showed the prototypes, the potential for the different look, the nostalgia of it, the look of the MP10, and actually some other versions of primes that we've seen in the past. We didn't get to show the pictures tonight, but it was like some homages to those particular versions as well. The IDW, the Generations, the Generation Toy, it was some more
G Creation,
G Creations, and
the
all that. Yeah.
oversized.
Right, and even some of the oversized ones, because you had an MPP10, which I also have with that oversized trailer too. I just hope it doesn't lose its luster as they're actually trying to lead to the release of it. Yeah, it would have been nice if they had the trailer ready to go with it, but most people don't even use that trailer, and they don't even think about that trailer. But for those that want a roller, the repair bay bot, and even a spike in, maybe a spark plug to come with it, there's those factors too. Are we going to get a prime? Or is this prime going to be able to hold those figures inside of them? Are they going to create figures for them and all that? Yeah, I mean, it's nice that it would be nice if those are things that are considered for it. But again, I'm looking at that wow factor that makes me want to spend that money to be able to get it. And that's all. So.
Nah, I feel you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just talking junk. You are not wrong, kind sir.
The crazy thing will be is if 2 weeks from now, Fans Toys announces their prime.
Well, they already announced their prime. You talking about for the pre-order?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, like they actually show like an actual,
show it
you
and,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Release date, pre-order information.
Exactly.
Wait a minute,
That's
Rusty,
it.
where have you been for the past year?
I don't want to see a silhouette.
It's not a silhouette. They
are you
literally
talking
showed the prime.
They
Like
literally-
they have a color test shot out. Where you been? Do we even record,
A
bro?
so a recolored version of their Magnus. Is that what you're talking about?
I mean,
Like,
no, it's not even a recolored version of the Magnus. Like it literally is tooled. You can see
Yeah.
the
Oh,
difference.
it's differences.
between
Yeah,
that.
there's
Yeah.
differences in the tooling and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I've been sleeping on something. Then yeah, okay, I'll
you-
go take a look.
Go search it
Do
up,
you
bro. It's there,
Third-party
Yeah.
panel reveal, bro.
bro.
I guess not. Should I even be here, bro? I don't know.
Yes. You are hand selected, sir. Hand selected. All right. Well, with that, guys, let's go ahead and go around StreamYards, get some shout outs from where you at, and we'll go ahead and close it up for the night. Before you do any shout outs, I got to give my first big shout out to Jose for holding it down tonight, getting us started, shooting
Yes,
out the links.
sir.
I was having technical difficulties this morning, man.
No problem.
So if anything was late, anything was behind, blame me. But this guy came in and saved the day. So I appreciate you, brother.
Here anytime,
Thanks,
you
bro.
guys.
We
Yes, sir.
appreciate you,
Relax.
Jose.
Thanks, sir.
Jose.
Yo,
Sir.
Zay,
Jose.
you gotta
Hey.
emphasize the A.
Joe.
Hey, I see what you did there. Oh, love it. All right. Well, let's start with not our not so special guest because he's family. Go ahead, Jose.
All right, guys. Harrican BXNDS4 Fitness on Instagram and all over social media. Appreciate you guys having me. Always a pleasure to hang out with my realm family, especially the ones I don't get to hang with all the time. Eric, I don't think I ever got the chance to tell you happy birthday. I know it's super belated, but
Thanks,
happy
man.
birthday, my brother.
Appreciate that.
Mine is actually coming up this week. So,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
as we get older,
Mhm.
we are like fine wine. We just get better with age. You know what I'm
My
saying?
man.
So it's
Yes,
a pleasure to always be here and spend time with you guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Rusty.
I am the Rusty Mechanic, and you can find me on not all your social media platforms for various reasons, but a lot of your social media platforms, including YouTube as the Rusty Mechanic transforms, then the Rusty Mechanic drives. Motorsport season is coming up, so you're going to see more content on my drive channel now, so you can check all that fun stuff out. And of course, I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. And occasionally on Twitch with my wife, Boom Boom Betty, as we do some Call of Duty with this fine gentleman over here. Sometimes that fine gentleman up over there. Stupid cameras. And again, the rest of Mechanic games on Twitch as well. And I've been screwing around, like I said, with Wreckfest 2 lately, which is in early access. Super awesome Smash Up Derby racing game. Go check it out. It's super cheap on Steam, and hang out with me online.
Nice. I want you to have Betty bring you some oxygen too, because that was a lot of words.
That was a lot.
Derek B.
Breathe, Rusty, breathe. Anyway, you can find your boy Derek B on your Book of Faces. You can also find me on Instagram as Derek What B. You can also find me here every other Tuesday as we transform your Tuesdays. But do you even transform, bro? Check us out on ETR, our flagship show, every Monday night. The best part of your Monday, because it is the best part of mine after a sweaty day of working at home.
Hey, yo.
Sir,
Yeah.
Listen, sir,
Yeah,
what
I
you
know,
do
relax, right?
in the
Yeah,
comfort
relax.
of your office.
Relax.
Yeah. But yo, and it can't go without saying, man, Jose, it's good to have you back, brother. It's good
Thank
to
you,
have
thank
you back. Good to see you.
On a
And you know,
Tuesday.
looking forward to these next few.
Yeah. Shout out to Scotty also, bro. Feel better. Scott Rod
sir.
gonna be here tonight. Feel better. He'll be
Yes,
back on the
sir.
next show.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
He will,
Yeah, man.
He will definitely be back.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
And that leaves me, your boy Eric B on Facebook, Eric Burgess, Instagram, Mr._EW82. You can find me, my board, and my wife putting in work for Kennedy's Village, where we bridge the gap between sickle cell research and care. Check us out at BotCon. We will be there. We will have a presence there where we will kickstart our toy drive right there in Indiana. So don't forget to stop by our booth. Come on to drop off a toy, unopened, of course, brand new, preferably. so we can help those kids who will be in the hospital over the holidays or missing out on family events because they're at home sick. So be sure to check us out there. And then you can also find me every other Tuesday with these fine gentlemen, just trying to figure out if we transform, bro. And big shout out again to Jose. Shout out to Rusty for holding down the graphics. Shout out to Scott, who, as many know, is the big brain of this operation. We miss you, brother. Love you. And shout out to Derek for not making me put him in a cornfield tonight.
Wow.
I'm gonna pass the graphic shout out over to Derek. He actually
Yes,
came up with all the graphics.
absolutely.
I was just running through them. I was just manipulating them. So
That is right.
thanks,
Yes.
Derek.
Big shout out to you for that, man. You're killing it on Mondays,
Good.
killing it here tonight with the assist there. We appreciate you, brother. And you know, man, that's my brother from another mother, man. Love that dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I'm sorry, anybody got anything else before we go to the chat squad?
I will just piggyback off the Kennedy's Village again. Reminded everybody that April raffle is up on my Facebook page. If you want to get in, help support Kennedy's Village. Again, Magic Square Night Tracer and Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime are up for grabs. And depending on how many entries that we get, I might maybe I'm looking at that Optimus Rodimus Machina, whatever that thing is. You know what I'm talking about?
That thing
Mm.
sold out
Might-
everywhere, bro.
I might have a line on one. I might throw it in there for you guys. So keep an eye on my Facebook page for updates.
You've got
Yes.
my attention.
Awesome.
That's what's up, man. How's the chat squad chatting with us tonight, Rusty?
It was, as I said, absolutely super fantastic. You guys are awesome this evening. We had a dump load of people in this evening, including number one again this evening, Toy Mafia out the gate, Jedi Mindset, Willie Wamo, Wolfie was in there, Ash Bailey, Dare 2727, Mike V. Eric B showed up before he actually popped in with us online, so I'll give Eric another shout out. Scott Rod, sick as he was, managed to get himself into the chat squad for a little bit. Scott, thank you very much. Dr. Diecast popped in and out. Steven7X, Augie G, again, congratulations to Augie for winning the March raffle. Trey 5 jumped in, Pool 5555, Just G Squared, Quintesson Syndicate, Jonathan Walker, and Jason Steele at the very last minute squeezed himself in there. I think that's everybody. You guys have been awesome. Again, we appreciate you all very much. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Killing it.
Yeah, man.
Killing
Killing
it.
it.
Dope. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Love to read it. Love to say it. And all the loves. All right, guys. Well, with that said, man, we up and out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Catch you on the flip.
Peace.
Peace.
See you.
Peace.
Say it with me now.